In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest traps you can avoid in V-Rising 1.0. So I'm going to walk you through everything that you can avoid in order to help you just a little bit more on your journey through Vardorn. So the first tip that we're going to talk about is spells. If you happen to pick a spell that you didn't mean to, and you really wanted to pick, say, the Death Knight spell, no big deal. For 180 stone and 10 blood essence, you can construct the Altar of Recollection and reset your spells for free, letting you get exactly the spells that you want again. So you can go ahead and get those summoning spells, the Death Knight spells of your dreams, whenever you want. So the next tip we're going to talk about is, or the next trap anyway, is do not sleep on your quests. In the previous versions, obviously they've always been very important, but it is significantly more important to do these quests, at least up until about a tier 3 Castle Heart. And the reason that is because once you have a tier 3 Castle Heart, I believe it's tier 3, that is whenever you unlock the ability to craft an Eye of Mordium, which is the thing that lets you track incursion events around the Mordium zone. Super important information here, or item here. And obviously once you get tier 4, you can also get your mount that you can, or vampiric mount, to summon whenever you would like. And the next trap we're going to talk about is don't forget to upgrade your bags. Try to keep up with these. These are now legitimate gear items in your stats and in your inventory. So obviously they give you inventory space, but they also give you stats like health, resource gain, and at the highest level, sun resist. Now we're going to talk about the Caravans. Try not to avoid these. I know this is a really cool event and a lot of people are going to think like, oh, how would I avoid these? I really want to do these, but it's easy to get kind of like distracted with running around and doing your progression and forget that these exist. And this one right here is just going to be the lowest tier of Caravans, which just has some prisoners in the back. And once we look at these prisoners here, what's amazing about these is they generally, in my experience, have really high blood percentages. So we're going to check out these ones here. Look at that 88, 75 worker. I mean, that's pretty high up there. So yeah, definitely worth doing there. And we'll do a quick little loot check on this box. Not too much. It's more so about the workers. But this right here is the next level up on Caravans. And so this is like the next tier up. We can just kill these, wipe all these guys out really quickly. And look at the loot difference. 2 recipe books, Forge Flooring and Alchemy Flooring, coins, some mats, some gems, or jewels anyway. Super good there. And then there is another tier on top of that. This is in Dunley. I think it's like the second tier up. These are just some Dunley mobs here. We're going to nuke these guys really quickly as well. And just in 1 second here, we're going to check the loot on this. And you are not even going to believe how much loot is in these Caravans at the higher level. Look at this. I mean, seriously? Like, that's insane. And what's crazy is there's another tier higher than this. And unfortunately, I don't have footage of it. I could not find it when I was playing here. But suffice to say, in one of those Caravans, I got 85 gold chains. So the next trap we're going to try to avoid here is with Castle Relocation. Now, to walk you through really quickly how this is actually a really awesome addition to the game here. And while it may not seem like there's a whole lot of traps, I guess you could say, this is something that I had to figure out on my own here. So what you have to do is you have to put down a Castle Relocation heart. Then you interact with it here. You connect to a Castle heart. You pick the one you want to connect to. Here we go. And then it gives you access to every single piece in that Castle heart. Put down your travel bags first, and then you can build your castle out to your heart's desire. But what you want to watch out for is something that's going to save you a lot of time is to have a plan in place of how you want to build that castle. Because otherwise you're going to sit here and try to like piece together how your old one was, but it's a different castle plot location. So it might be a little bit difficult to figure that out. So have a plan going into it. It'll speed things up tremendously. And then you can basically just sit here and place things down exactly how you want them to be placed. Just get every single thing exactly where you want it. And then right when you get to the end, oh, by the way, anything you don't use will go into your travel bags. So yeah, at the end, you interact with the Castle Heart here, you hit relocate, and boom, look at that. I always love this. It looks amazing. It's just like everything just appears. And voila. And so now we're going to check our bags here and get the rest of the things that we didn't use. It wasn't too much. So that's really cool, but here is the trap that you also need to avoid here. Say you decided to put your castle heart down and then you decided, you know what, actually there's another spot that I think would be way better. So you go over there and you put your castle heart down and you try to connect to a castle, and 3-hour cooldown time. So make sure you know where you want to go. You cannot abuse this, just have a good spot in mind beforehand. Now we're going to talk about the Ancestral Forge and the blue weapons. This is a trap actually legitimately that you guys should really watch out for. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of footage of this, but here are 2 different weapons that can be upgraded in the Ancestral Forge. One is a fully upgraded Sanguine tier blue, and the other is the Sanguine tier purple. You'll notice, while the purple one does take Sanguine and Onyx tiers, it just so happens to be 4 levels higher than the blue. And the blue one also takes a Sanguine weapon. So if you use all the mats to upgrade your blue to Sanguine tier, then you're just going to have to make multiple Sanguine weapons just to be able to get to the highest tier of stuff. So that's definitely something that you want to watch out for. For me, I would suggest if you're going to upgrade your blues, probably stop it around silver tier, because even then you're still going to have to make multiple silver weapons just to get to that Sanguine weapon again. But regardless, the silver is pretty good. It's not too hard to come by silver ingots these days, but I would stop there. As of right now, I probably wouldn't go to Sanguine unless they change it and let us trade our blue Sanguine weapons for purples, like upgrade from blue to a purple weapon. And the last trap to fall for here is going to be, don't sleep on your servants. I know this is probably obvious to a lot of people, but for some of us who are used to going really, really fast, servants are kind of like an afterthought. Nowadays, once you get to around the 70s tier, around there, the 70, 74, 75, 76, I would highly recommend it. Dominating at least one Draculan mob. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it in this build, but dominate one Draculan mob, because you can actually send them on servant missions around level 75-ish. On the throne, you can use this to basically go around the map, and there's actually going to be a servant mission, or a couple servant missions in Mortium, one of which around the level 76 mark. A Draculan mob is going to go to Dracula's Garden in order to get you greater Stygian shards. So that is a huge deal. It'll speed your progression quite a bit. But anyway, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and leave a like, and we will catch you in the next one.